Hi students, welcome to online class. In this video we are going to discuss about chapter 12 arrays and structures. Now we are going to see how to access the array elements. How to access the array elements. See, in the previous video we have discussed how to accept the values, how to receive the values from the user. Now in this video we are going to discuss after storing the values. After storing the values in the array, how to access those values. After storing the values in the array, how to access those values. That is what we are going to see here. So accessing array elements. Accessing the array elements. Now you see here, the array elements can be used anywhere in a program. The array elements can be used anywhere in the program, as we do in a case of a normal variable. As normal variable, we can use the array variable also. Not only that, we can store the values in the array. For example, if I declare a array variable, if I say the size of the array is 5 or 10. So if I mention as 5, then I can store 5 elements, that is 5 values. If I declare as 5, the array size is 5 means I can store 5 values. If I declare as 10, then I can store 10 values. But I cannot exceed more than 10 values. I cannot exceed more than 10 values. So array elements can be used anywhere in the program. It is like a normal variable. As we use like a normal variable, we can use the array variable also. Right? The elements of the array are accessed with the, how the elements of the array can be accessed? That can be accessed with the array name followed by the subscript index within the square bracket. So we want to give the array name first, and then within the square bracket we want to give the subscript or index. We want to mention the subscript or index. So that is what they are saying. How to access the array element means the array element can be accessed through the array name. After the array name, that is followed by the array name, we want to mention the subscript index number. That should be specified within the square bracket. That should be specified within the square bracket. If I want to access the first element, num of 0. If I want to access the second value, num of 1. Then if I want to access third value, num of 2. So num of 3, num of 4, num of 5. Like that, each and every element is indexed by, is given the subscript number, that is subscript or index number. Using that, we can access the element or value. We can access the element or array element or array value. Can you understand, students? For example, they have given you, see that example, cout num of 3. Cout num of 3. Cout num of 3 means, using the cout statement, I am going to print the value. I am going to print the value which is stored in num of 3. Using the cout statement, I am going to print the value of num of 3. Num of 3 means whatever the value which is stored in num of 3. Whatever the value which is stored in num of 3. So that will be fourth element. We can say that is fourth element. So num of 0 is first element, num of 1 is second, num of 2 is third, and then num of 3 is fourth element. Can you understand, students? Num of 3 is fourth element. See here, in the above statement, num of 3 refers to the fourth element in the array. In the above statement, num of 3 refers to the fourth element of the array, and the cout statement displays the value of num of 3. It will display the value which is stored in num of 3. Can you understand, students? The subscript in your brackets can be a variable or a constant or an expression. See, we no need to give only the constant, num of 3, num of 2. We no need to mention like that. Instead of the value, instead of the constant, we can also mention the variable. We can also mention the variable, or else we can also mention the expression. We can also mention the expression. So that is what they are saying. See, in the previous example, we have discussed Cout num of 3. So num is an array variable. Num is an array variable, and then we have passed only the value. So num of 3. 3 is a value. We can consider as a constant. So num of 3 means it will access the fourth element. So what is stored in num of 3, that value will be displayed. The value will be displayed. Here what they are trying to say is, you no need to pass only the value. You can also pass the variable. You can also pass the variable, or else you can also pass the expression. So you can pass the subscript in 3 different forms. The subscript which is given inside the bracket can be in 3 different forms. What are the 3 different forms? You can pass a variable. You can pass a variable, or else you can pass a value, that is constant value, or else you can pass an expression. Can you understand, students? Right, that is going to be evaluated as integer. For example, expression means c equal to a plus b. C equal to a plus b, or else a plus b. Instead of giving c equal to a plus b, simply we give a plus b. A plus b. So what is the value of a? For example, if the value of a is 1, b is 2. Now what will happen? So a plus b will be evaluated. 1 plus 2. So result is 3. So num of a plus b is equal to num of 3. Can you understand, students? See, instead of passing num of 3, you can pass num of a plus b. So what is the value of a? A value is 1. So I am going for an assumption, that's all. So a value is 1, b value is 2. So automatically a plus b means 1 plus 2, it becomes 3. So that is what they are saying as the expression. That expression will be evaluated to an integer. That expression will be evaluated to an integer. Can you understand, students? So the subscript which is given inside the bracket, that can be a constant, or it can be a variable, or it can be an expression. Can you understand, students? Now let us see the program. So when you see this program, then you can understand in a clear manner. So let us take this example program. So hash include IO stream using namespace std. So after that, they have created the main function. Inside the main function, int num of 5 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So here the array is initialized. Here the array is initialized. Int num of 5. Int num of 5 equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So num is an array. What is its size? 5 is its size. So totally 5 elements we can store in that array. So they have stored 5 values. What are they? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So now how to access these values? In 3 different statements, in 3 different forms they have accessed. See here, they have given S1 statement. So this is S1 statement, and then this is a second form of statement, S2, and then this is the third statement form. So the array values are accessed in 3 different forms. In 3 different types of statements they have accessed. In 3 different forms or in 3 different types of statements they have used to access the array value, array element. So see here they have declared another variable int t equal to 2. Int t equal to 2. Now you see here first form. Simply they are passing the value. Simply they are passing the constant. So cout num of 2. Cout num of 2. You can pass it as cout num of t also, no problem. Instead of passing cout num of 2, you can pass cout num of t. Then what will happen? Cout num of t means instead of t, what will happen? Instead of t, the value 2 will be substituted. Instead of the variable t, the value 2 will be substituted. So num of 2 means 10 represents num of 0, 20 represents num of 1, 30 represents num of 2. So the value 30 will be printed on the screen. Can you understand, students? Num of 2 means, so it will access the third element. What is the third element? 30. Right? Instead of num of 2, you can pass num of t also. You can pass the variable. So that instead of the t variable, value 2 will be substituted. Then again it will access the same element 30. Then see the second form, num of 3 plus 1. Num of 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 means what will happen? So instead of giving directly 4, they are giving 3 plus 1. So 3 plus 1 means it will be evaluated as 4. Fourth element. What is the fourth element? So fourth element is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is num of 4 means 50. Num of 4 means 50. That is fifth element. Not fourth element, sorry. Num of 4 means fifth element. So 50 will be accessed. Num of 4 means fifth element, that is 50 will be accessed. Then see the third form, num of t equal to t plus 1. Num of t equal to t plus 1. So already t value is 2. Already t value is 2. 2 plus 1, it becomes 3. 2 plus 1, it becomes 3. So num of 3. Num of 3 means fourth element. Num of 3 means fourth element. So automatically it shows 40. Can you understand, students? Now let us see this thing in a practical manner. Then you can understand it. So I am going to open Dev C++. Start. Click on the Dev C++. And then Control plus N. Then Control plus V. So I am going to open the Dev C++. After copying the program, so I want to save the program. So for saving the program, Control plus S. So this is accessing the values, accessing the elements. Accessing the elements in the array. Accessing the elements in the array. So after that, after saving the program, press F11. So now you can see. So what is the result? 30, 50, 40. So num of 2 means third element. Third element means 30. Then num of 3 plus 1, fourth element. Num of 4 means fifth element. Num of 4 means fifth element. So it shows 50. Then num of t equal to t plus 1. Num of t equal to t plus 1. So t value is 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Num of 3 means fourth element. It is 40. Can you understand, students? So that is what they have shown here. Output is 30, 50, 40. In the above program, the statement S1 displays the value of the third element. So the value of the third element, that is subscript index 2. That is num of 2 means third element. So 30 is printed. 30 is printed. Like that you can see the statement S2 will display the value of the fifth element. Why it displays the value of fifth element? Because subscript index is 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 it results 4. Num of 4 means fifth element. In the same way, S3 will display the value of the fourth element. Because t equal to t plus 1, 2 plus 1 it is 3. Num of 3 means fourth element. Can you understand, students? So I think you might have understood this video. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.